It's time for Did You Watch It?
How does this show work? We watch what we like, we talk about what we watch, and maybe you'll like what you hear. I'm Liz.
And I'm Neil. Last night we watched episode 6 of The Amazing Race, season 25. The show aired on Friday, October 31st, 2014. Here's what we thought about it. I ended up purchasing the season pass from Amazon because CBS pissed me off for the last time.
Yeah, I've been watching some things on demand on CBS, and I gotta tell you, it's totally irritating.
Incredibly gigante no bueno.
Yes, but you can rewind. It let me rewind, it just didn't let me fast forward.
Now, are you watching on the computer?
No, watching on the TV, on demand.
Yeah, see? Try it on the computer.
Oh.
Yeah, I decided it was worth the $20 for the season to avoid all of the frustration that I was having with CBS's media player.
I totally hear you.
Oh, man. And it's wonderful. I don't have to deal with the 3 to 4 minute commercial breaks.
Oh, it just plays the whole thing through.
A whole thing straight through. No interruptions. This is what we like.
Yes.
I can go backwards. I can go forwards. I can pop out the player into its own little window and resize it to whatever size I want it to be.
Wow. We like this. We like being able to do what we want.
Because for season 24, last season of The Amazing Race, I did the same thing. I bought the season pass and I was watching it on Amazon.
Ah, you did?
Right. But CBS didn't have a streaming option then. So I figured, okay, if I give CBS a try and stream directly from there, then it would be more cost efficient, right? And I have to say, free versus $20, yes, it's more cost efficient, but in actuality, the price that you pay is your soul.
You pay in other ways. Exactly.
Suck's the big one.
Boo.
And not in a good way.
And we're off, ladies and gentlemen.
So they're still in Marrakesh.
Morocco, not Maracas.
And the teams had to deliver 2 bags of hay from a feed station that was 10 kilometers away to a nearby stable. And then they had to ride a horse-drawn carriage back to Jemaa el-Fnaa.
Bless you.
Jemaa el-Fnaa is the marketplace.
Okay.
Where they would then feed apples to the horses as a sign of appreciation, and then they would get their next clue.
Yeah, and this sounds all well and good, but finding the hay in the first place was the toughest thing.
Oh my God. Yeah. Sister, the Candy Girls, and the Sweethearts tried to walk it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, because they didn't know how far away it was.
But this was painful watching them, especially the Candy Girls. Like, trying to watch them not know anything about where to go or how to figure it out.
Exactly.
I felt for them.
Yeah, I felt bad too. I mean, fortunately, the Sweethearts figured out that they actually needed to get a cab, but yes. Sister and the Candy Girls were just kind of like swimming in the breeze for a while there. Note to Brooke, I just gotta say, the hay did nothing to you. I hope you feel better now that you kicked its ass, okay?
I was thinking to myself, really? You need to stop and do a body slam? Like, what in the world?
Yeah.
For once, I agreed with her partner when he said, look, we don't have time for this. It's a race.
Yeah. And as far as agreeing with Robbie,
which we don't want to really admit.
Well, see, for this leg of the race, that was the only time that I was actually Team Robbie.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, he pissed me off later. Sister and the Candy Girls were so far behind. They ended up meeting the surfers when they arrived in the horse-drawn carriage back at the marketplace.
I know, they seriously crossed each other.
And it was like, wow, y'all are behind.
Did you see the look on Shelley's face? It was like...
That was too funny.
That's the surfers.
Wait a minute, they're done. They're done. We haven't even started yet.
We're that far behind.
We can already say at this point, the surfers came in first, the cyclists came in second, and Tooth Fairies came in third. It was funny. It was so cute that the Candy Girls, they got to the feed station finally, and they just saw 2 random bags of hay just laying around, and it was like right next to the place where it was supposed to go. So, oh, hey, here's some hay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So wait, I wasn't sure that the place that they went was actually the place they were supposed to go. I thought that was random hay and a random guy who said, hey, bring that in here. Is that not what happened?
I think that's where they were supposed to bring it.
Okay.
But they were supposed to get it from someplace else.
Yeah, you have to get the designated hay from the designated spot.
Exactly. And I gotta say, sister, they, were working together.
They were communicating.
Yeah, exactly. So they found the feed station, and this was like just after the sweethearts basically left because they already got their hay because they were having a little trouble.
Yeah, they were. But I gotta say, it was so entertaining to watch them. I can't help myself. I love these guys. It's worth the price of admission just to see them do their thing.
Or not do their thing. Yes, exactly. But, that's because, hey, we know where it is. So where is, okay. So if you tell us where the stables are, we'll tell you where to get the hay.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool compromise.
It was a good compromise, especially since they were ass dragging in the back. So it really didn't matter.
Right.
It's survival of the fittest at this point, and neither of them are too fit. So.
Ouch.
Well, I'm just saying, at this point in the race,
yes.
They were seriously lacking.
But they're hilarious, so I'm still pulling for them. I want them to be kind of in the middle of the pack.
Okay, and that's where they are.
Yes.
After they fed the horse and they got the clue told them that they had to drive to a pottery stand that was just located off of a road.
Yeah, no directions, no help.
Yeah, just go here, and there's a pottery stand, and then once you get to the pottery stand, you have to go look for the clue box.
Yeah, wherever it may be.
Yeah, because we got a lot of pots,
and a lot of little huts.
A lot of little huts and stuff, but you got to find the clue box yourself.
Yeah.
So once they did find the clue box, then they were directed to the detour, which was Camp or Cream. In camp, the teams needed to set up a traditional Berber tent. And I got to tell you, that tent, I wanted to put that tent up in my backyard, personally.
It was kind of cool, right? It's
yeah,
like a little
it was very cool.
Cabana.
Yeah, kind of rustic desert style. I was all for the tent.
No, the tent was cool. The other task, however, was... I don't even have words. I'm sort of speechless.
Well, see, I've got words. In Cream, the teams needed to milk a goat. And then, once they reached the line in the little bowl that they were using to collect the milk, they had to then churn it in... I guess, an animal skin?
It looked like the body of a goat.
Right, they had to churn the milk in order to make 3 ounces of goat butter.
Yes. I have things to say, I just can't get them out.
Well, no, please, go ahead, say them.
I'm trying, I'm kind of like... stumped to articulate the bizarreness of this entire task. Not only catching the goat, but holding the goat in a way that the goat will let you lift her leg and milk her into a bowl.
Yes.
That's the first crazy thing, catching it and all that kind of stuff. Then transferring it into the skin and then blowing air.
Because you have to agitate the milk in order to get the churning action necessary to create the butter.
Okay, not to be blunt, but what are you blowing on? Or blowing in? Is it the neck of the goat?
You know what? I am the research king, but I gotta tell you, I didn't research that closely.
But I gotta say, Kim and Allie kind of did it on this task. I mean, they went for it. A little indecision there, but man.
Well, initially, the cyclists, the surfers, and the wrestlers all chose Cream, okay? Note to Allie, girl, just put your mouth on it. It won't bite.
So you say.
Well, So they started the task, and then when the cyclists discovered that it was going to take 45 minutes of them churning in order to make the butter, they said, oh, hell no, we're going to make the camp because it can't take that long. Well, then they got to the camp, but they realized then that they were not tall enough. At least they thought they weren't tall.
Those rugs were super heavy, and just putting the whole thing together, it was a lot more involved than you would think camp, just looking at the clue. So I totally respect the fact that they decided to change, and then they realized, that this is worse. Let's just go back.
Yeah, this is worse, so let's go back and we'll do Cream.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's cool. Getting back to the wrestlers, okay, Robbie was a huge disappointment. First of all right, Brooke, you go catch the goat. I got the bowl. I got the bowl right here. So we're good.
That's a big feat.
I've done my part, right? And then he's literally holding on to the goat. He's trying to secure the goat with like 2 or 3 fingers. And it's like, because he don't want to get too close to this goat.
Oh my God.
And it's like, are you serious,
He
dude?
had his hands around the goat's neck trying to hold him still. Really?
Right. Dude needs to check his sack at the door. I'm just saying.
It was kind of embarrassing. He just did not perform well at all.
No, he did not. He should be embarrassed.
I think he kind of was.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. Definitely not enough. It's like, yeah, man, I'm shaking this sack. Look at the guns. Look at the arms.
Oh,
You see the flexing
right?
I'm doing? Well, yeah, this was his claim to fame, all right?
Seriously? Now we're going
Yeah.
to talk about his biceps? Come on.
Careful. Anyway, the dude that started the little sing-along,
Oh my gosh, that was cracking me up.
brother needed to talk to the tooth fairies like yesterday. Because
Well, yes.
his grill was mangled.
It was. Yeah.
It looked like a 4-car pileup in that mouth. I'm just, it was pretty bad.
Oh, the poor guy. I mean, how do you eat like that? You just gum it to
I
death?
can't even think about that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I can't even think about that.
I had to go there.
Sister got lost.
Oh, they were beyond lost.
Like side of the road, bleached bones type of lost.
I know. Well, when she was saying, well, did you see the sign? No, I'm not looking for the sign.
They're all in Arabic.
This is just gonna go badly. Yeah.
We also find out that Maya, one of the candy girls, is getting her PhD in milk vat.
Yes.
So it's like, this is actually one task where you can honestly say, when they said they got this, yeah. They got this.
They got this. I mean,
Science!
yeah, no, technique, everything.
Oh yeah, she had it. No, you gotta just put the force in it. You gotta
It's not how quickly you shake it.
churn the milk. You gotta put your back into it.
Oh
And
my gosh. But
Woo!
I
My
must
goodness.
say, the funniest thing on this challenge, the funniest thing ever, was Tim and TJ trying to do the tent. I mean, I was
see?
rolling. Oh my God, it's itchy.
Yeah, kids don't listen.
Well, like I said, worth the price of admission.
So the Tooth Fairies finished first, and they did camp.
Yes. They did a really good job.
They did a very good job. The Surfers came in second, and they did cream. And the Sweethearts came in third, and they did camp.
Yes.
Brooke, we go back to the whole karma thing, okay? So the wrestlers have been there from like almost the very beginning, okay? And remember that the Candy Girls got lapped at the horse-drawn carriage task.
Yes.
So they got there much later.
Yeah.
But then here's Maya getting ready to bring her butter to the judge. Brooke is saying, please say they don't have it. We've been here way longer.
I know. She's all proud of her butter.
Yeah. It's like Brooke is all frustrated. It's like, I'm sorry. And so they got their butter. And, Brooke was all ticked off. And it's like, hey, I'm telling you, it's like, you got to put the force in. Throw your back in the butter. See, that's what you got to do. Science!
It doesn't matter about your biceps.
After the detour, they had to drive to Terra's Dominar to the roadblock where the team member had to navigate zip lines and rope bridges over a few canyons.
Oh my gosh. Okay, the swing bridges, not so much. But the zip lining, absolutely. But you couldn't choose. It's like you had to do both.
Yes, you did. And then once you got to the end, you had to put a puzzle together to avoid being passed by later arriving teams. Because once you finished the puzzle, then you could go back to where you started.
Yeah.
So Misty and Jim had gotten there first. Misty did the roadblock.
I couldn't believe it. Seriously. I mean, it was terrifying.
To Jim's credit, he said, and I quote, she's strong, she's brave, she's smart. There's nothing she can't do.
Oh, I know.
As long as she doesn't get hurt, that's all that matters.
That was probably the coolest thing I think I've ever heard him say.
See?
Not about himself.
Will you stop already?
Where is Izzy? Okay, if Izzy was here, she would defend me.
I'm not saying that you're necessarily wrong. The only thing that I'm saying is that there are far worse egomaniacs and people that are self-involved that we have seen on this race as opposed to him.
Yeah, he just grates on me though.
And yeah, and I got a theory about that.
We all know we've got issues. I mean, come on.
Okay, all right.
I know it. I can admit it. Just he bugs me.
Well, there you go. We find out that TJ is good with puzzles, but not very good with heists.
Oh my God. How did he do this? I'm serious. I would have just frozen. I don't know how anybody.
Yeah, but you had the cables holding you there.
It doesn't matter. You're suspended just by a thin wire.
But Allie was running on the bridge.
I seriously wanted to bow down and just say, Allie.
Allie's a baller.
I know.
I like Allie.
She is.
I like
And Kim was just
very so.
cheering her on. You are awesome. I loved it. Yeah.
And it was absolutely true. Brooke, once again, back to having problems, issues, and dilemmas. They were not having a good time.
Why did they choose her to do this task?
Wait, you think Mensa Man could have handled it?
I think he wouldn't have been as afraid of the heights.
Yeah, but the puzzle, they'd have still been there.
I forgot about that pesky puzzle at the end. Oh my gosh. And forget about it. It was two-sided. He wouldn't have known what to do.
It's like, oh no.
There's two sides. Wait, my biceps are in the way.
Yeah, exactly. So the Tooth Fairies finished first, the Surfers finished second, and Bethany, with the taking off of the shoes in order to finish the puzzle.
I am serious. This girl just impressed me.
Well, she's badass. I get it.
She's been impressing me, but the whole thing of doing the bridge, and she nailed it. And then, just improvising with the feet, I thought was just brilliant.
Yeah, she's a badass.
Brilliant.
And the cyclist finished third.
Yes, but I think in my mind, Allie finished first.
Yeah, she brought the most heat. If they had all started at the same time, Allie would have done that whole bridge and the zip line ahead of all of them.
It was like she was just tripping through the forest. I mean, it was just no big deal.
So once they finished with the roadblock, they had to go to the pit stop for this leg at the Casbah D'If. So the Tooth Fairies finished the leg first.
Yes.
And Travelocity is sending them to Brazil.
Yes.
The Surfers finished second, and the cyclists finished third.
Yes.
We, unfortunately, have to say goodbye to Sister.
Yeah.
It is with a heavy heart.
It is with a heavy heart, but how long do you think it's going to take for them to start blaming each other? I'm sad to see anybody go, I must say.
Yeah.
It's not easy, because they're trying so hard.
And we're getting to the point now that all of the remaining teams, there aren't many that we don't really like. Well, I got one or two that I don't really like. But...
Well, there's one. And it's really only half the team that we don't like.
Stop it. Stop it.
No, this is cool. I'm happy. They did good. I'm glad they won. I'm glad they came in first. They played really well. Yeah.
Okay, stop hating. I'm proud of you. This is a growth move.
Thank you. I'm not hating. I'm just irritating. I know. It's my issues.
Okay. That's our time for today. You can follow us on Twitter at @DidTheLetterU.Watch-It. You can also find us at iTunes. Let us know what you think. Thank you for listening.